do you hear about, why is it that you don't hear a lot about white people who join gangs? I have to agree that we don't seem to hear about white people who join gangs. The media appears to have little to say about white gang members. In my opinion, the role of politics plays a part in media coverage of gang activity. My study had a lot to do with understanding how the politics play a part in it. Politics, I've learned the word politics comes from the Greek word politikos. So politics is the practice of influencing people, people that could be part of white gang. So people are influenced in gangs on civic matters or on individual levels. I was surprised to learn the word police comes from the same Greek word politikos, which refers to achieving and exercising positions of governance. So the chapter 3 on history and intercultural communication, page 71, I've learned that political histories is about knowing our past through politicians that help shape the past. And of course, also the intellectual histories focus on ideals that has given us gave us rise to how we view the world. Social histories tell us how we understand our past, why we focus on the everyday lives of people in particular. Now, another method of promoting political influence was through a gang known as the Ku Klux Klan. Ku Klux Klan was founded in 1866, and the Ku Klux is called the KKK, and it extended into most of all the southern states in 1870, and it became a vehicle for white southern resistance to the civil rights movement. And this civil rights movement took place in the 60s. And the 60s, we saw the activity of Ku Klux Klans with bombings of black schools, churches, violence against blacks and white activists in the South. And also in California, we learned about skinheads. These cliques or gangs on the news, and known as the NLR, Nazis, low riders, brand their Red Brotherhood is validated as gangs in the 1950s. And in the 1960s, we hear about Chicago gangs, and which included the Royal Cripers, Balears, Playboys. You have the motorcycle gangs around in the 60s, also during the Vietnam War. Groups like the Hells Angels and the Hells Angels. Now today, it would seem white gang activity would fall under the motorcycle gangs or prison gangs like the Red Brotherhood, or what the government would classify as white supremacist groups like the KKK and various skinheads of faction. Most of these groups do not resemble what you would call a typical street gang. White prison gangs are formed as a means of survival. Blacks and Hispanics have street gangs, and when these gang members go to prison, they're in the gangs, and and uphold gang structure in prison. So you have the white gangs are formed in prisons to protect each other against the black and Hispanic gangs who prey on other prisoners. And so forth for my study of white gangs. Thank you. Have a great day.